Hello, good morning, and welcome to day 3 of the Welsh Wine Week and a wine a day with thewinelady.com. I thought today I'd come away from the coast. I'm about a mile in, if that, and I find myself in a forest primeval. This is a place I love to walk. It's called Scrubby Bottoms. Yeah, great name. And I thought to step into nature would be the perfect place in which to discuss today's wine. It is Ancre Hills 2018 Chardonnay. And here, of course, even in the middle of nowhere, this farmer's doing something. So I'm going to keep going. Now, Richard is the only grower in Wales who has his own winery. And he also practices organic and biodynamic practices. And, well, in the case of biodynamic wines, I'd call that a philosophy. And so before we go on to the wine, I'd like to kind of address that. I'm often asked, are organic wines good? Are biodynamic wines good? Are green wines good? Natural wines good? And those are the wrong questions to be asking, actually, because the answer is that those practices have less to do with the ultimate quality and taste of the wine than the quality of the fruit and the competence of the winemaker. You can have a delicious, beautifully well-made biodynamic wine, and you can have an undrinkable biodynamic wine. So are they better for you? I would say yes. I think they're better for your health. If you are using only organic fertilizers and things in the vineyard, if you're practicing non-intervention practices in the winery, ultimately, yes, the wine is going to be cleaner, it's going to be healthier, it's going to be better for you with all those, without the chemical additives. So that's probably the question you want to ask. The biodynamic movement, planting movement, was Rudolf Steiner's in the 1920s. I learned about it from a wonderful man in France called Nicolas Joly. He's the French father of wine making practices, biodynamic practices in France. And I think biodynamic practices which follow moon phases and can be applied to all crops, actually. This is a widely practiced philosophy, are often considered pseudoscience or woo-woo. And I take offense to that in so much that I find nothing woo-woo about nature. In fact, the more personally I go into science, or the more I go into nature, I find science, and vice versa. They're one and the same, as far as I'm concerned, in many respects. So, and also, there's this idea that we have to respect the earth and that she is a living, receptive organism is nothing new. You know, our pagan ancestors practiced animism. That was the basic tenet of paganism, and that's the belief that everything has an energy field, or is alive, or has a spirit in that case, and is interconnected. And we know that. I mean, that's, science knows that that's the case. So I find I think biodynamic wines are very much going to play a major role, especially in the Welsh wine scene. I know many of the producers are committed to going forward with sustainable wine practices. So on that note, the Chardonnay is whole bunch pressed, fermented in stainless steel and oak, has a natural malolactic fermentation, no filtering, no fining, and it's a beautifully clean, lean wine. Nose is lightly floral, steely, mineral, very tight, lean. This Chardonnay does not at all resemble like a big oaked Chardonnay from Burgundy. It resembles more an unoaked, steely Chablis, if you like. That's a good glass of wine. So, what else did I want to say? Oh, well, again, back to biodynamic practices. You may not know it, but many of the top chateaux in Bordeaux already employ it. La Tour, Yquem, Pontet-Canet, Palmer. In the Rhone Valley, you've got Beaucastel and Chapoutier, and all. So it's far more mainstream than you would think. So don't believe anything about it being weird or woo-woo or complicated, because it's not. And when done properly, only aids in making beautiful, delicious wines. So Thank you. That was day 3, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.